Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke. The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
All right, this is the third of our specials going back 80 years to August 10th, 1945, the Japanese surrender in sight. Now, I have to tell you that what you're hearing is, this is 4 days before VJ Day, August 14th, 1945, WEAF in New York. New York City's radio station, NBC station there, and you're going to hear what was being reported in the news. NBC thought it was happening at any moment. What we're going to hear now are a couple of hours worth of programs going from 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock on that day, and you will hear the news bulletins interspersed with soap operas. We're going to start off with the program A Woman in America. This aired at 3 o'clock Eastern Wartime on August 10th, 1945.
Wonderful ivory snow. Yes, wonderful ivory snow.
Ivory Snow presents A Woman of America. Ivory Snow brings you the story of Prudence Dane, a woman of America whose courage and faith are the glorious heritage of all women of America today. Here's how one little lady solved her dishwashing problem.
Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your dishwashing go? Said Mary, this mild bar soap helps keep hands soft and white. But for doing dishes, it's very slow. So Mistress Mary decided to speed up dishwashing by using a strong granulated soap. But she found while it was fast enough, it made her hands red and rough. And Mistress Mary wasn't that contrary that she liked red, rough hands. No, indeed. So Mary looked for one soap just right for dishwashing. One soap both safe for hands and fast in the dishpan. And she found the answer in... yes, wonderful Ivory Snow. For Ivory Snow is ivory mild for lovely hands and comes in granulated snowdrop form for speed in the dishpan. Now Mistress Mary isn't a bit contrary anymore, for she does her dishes the modern way. And so can you, if you remember. Ivory Snow is what your dishes need. It's ivory mild for snow white hands and snowdrop form for speed.
For dishwashing, Ivory Snow is as safe as the mildest bar soap, yet far faster. And Ivory Snow is as fast as the strongest granulated soap, yet far safer. It's one soap combining safety for hands with dishwashing speed. The only soap that's both ivory mild and granulated for speedy sudsing.
So for speedier dishwashing, for snow white hands, buy. That's it, wonderful Ivory Snow, S-N-O-W.
And now, Ivory Snow's story, A Woman of America. Danger has threatened Prudence Dane's wagon train, camped in the valley of the Sweetwater River. A vicious attack was made on the life of a friend of Prue's brother-in-law, Tom Dane, as the friend tried to deliver important mining deeds to Prue to hold in trust for her adopted daughter Rachel. Stephen Browning insisted that not only Rachel's life was in danger, but Prue's life too, so long as Prue had the mining deeds, and implored Prue to give him the deeds for safekeeping, which Prue has done. However, what part the mining syndicate, owned chiefly by Stephen Browning and his mother, had in the attack, Prue doesn't know. Nor does Stephen, if we can take his explanation to Prue at its face value. Now, Stephen is just entering the private coach used by his mother, where Mrs. Browning is lying with a wet towel over her eyes.
Oh, is that you, Stephen?
Yes, Mother. I'm sorry to insist on seeing you so early when you're not feeling well, but I can't wait any longer to talk to you.
Oh, well, of course, son. Of course, but when I'm having one of these attacks, words just don't mean anything to me. Just nothing.
Mother, you've made up your mind not to hear what I have to say.
Oh, my poor head.
I have a pretty firm conviction that this attack of yours has been prolonged to give a certain rider on a white horse time to get far enough away from here so that I'm going to have a hard time finding him.
Oh, why, don't talk in riddles, son.
Very well, Mother. The rider I'm speaking of is Colonel Kenilworth.
Kenilworth? Colonel? Huh. Well, the name sounds vaguely familiar to me, but
He rode the white horse away on a dead run, Mother, immediately after a man bringing Prue important mining deeds was shot.
Oh, my, how dreadful.
I had an idea that you wouldn't tell me anything.
Oh, Stephen, how can you be so cruel to your own mother?
Mother, listen. Tell me just this much. Did or did not our mining syndicate have Tom Dane's friend attacked here?
Oh, Stephen. Why, that tone of voice.
All right. I'll see you when I get back.
Where are you going?
I'm going to save Tom Dane's life, if I'm not too late. And, Mother, just in case you're interested, I have the mining deeds that somebody tried to take away from Tom Dane's friend.
You has it. Oh,
Yes,
my.
Mother. I have them. They have Tom Dane's name on them, with his daughter Rachel vested with right of survivorship.
Stephen, why are you telling me all this? What have I done?
I don't know, Mother. But you do. I'm going now. Stopping here to see Prue a minute.
Morning, Stephen.
Yeah, hello, Prue. I hoped you'd be up.
Of course. The way you talk to Queenie, you'd think she understood every word.
My horse has more sense than most people I know. Prue, I talked to Mother.
Oh.
Prue, I'd like to believe that she had no part in the attack on Tom Dane's friend.
Of course, Stephen.
I just can't believe she had.
Perhaps it would be better if we didn't talk about it.
I have to talk about it, Prue. Do you remember my asking if you could see the running horse we heard as you and I ran from the spring to your wagon after we'd heard the gunshot that wounded Tom's friend?
Yes, but I couldn't see the horse, Stephen. It was too dark.
Well, I'm convinced now that there were two horses. One galloping, and the other on a dead run.
Two?
Yes. The one that had just thrown Hank was a dark bay, so naturally you didn't see him. The other one was a white horse. There's only one white horse in these parts, Prue. He belongs to Colonel Kenilworth.
Colonel Kenilworth. Stephen, don't you think I should keep the mining deeds?
No, Prue. Not until I find out from Tom Dane exactly what he knows.
All right, Steve. And don't be worried about Rachel and me. We'll be all right.
I pray God you will.
Goodbye, Stephen.
Prue, I told Mother I have the mining papers. Only you and Mother know I have them.
But you'll be riding alone, Stephen. And one man was almost killed just because he had them.
Don't worry about them, Prue. If I can't bring them back, I'll find some way of putting them in safekeeping and have word sent to you as to where they are.
More about a woman of America in just a moment.
Dishes everywhere, piled high in the pan.
Now, lady, put aside that mild bar soap for dishwashing, because although mild bar soaps are safe for hands, they're slow.
And don't touch that strong granulated soap, for it can make your hands red and rough.
Instead, use wonderful Ivory Snow. One soap for dishwashing that's both safe for hands and fast. For
Ivory Snow is what your dishes need. It's Ivory mild for snow white hands in snowdrop foam for speed.
yes, quick dissolving Ivory Snow is so safe for hands, so fast in the dishpan. That's because Ivory Snow is the only soap that's both Ivory mild and granulated for speedy sudsing. While Ivory Snow helps protect pretty hands, its granulated snowdrops instantly burst into energetic suds that get your dishes sparkling in a flash.
So for speedier dishwashing, for snow white hands, buy. That's it, wonderful Ivory Snow, S-N-O-W.
With no further comment, Stephen takes Prue by her arms, his eyes lingering on her blue-black hair, the sweet, heart-shaped oval of her face, her troubled eyes. And then with her chin cupped in his hand, he kisses her a wordless goodbye. There's no mistaking the look in his eyes. It is that of a man who has just looked, perhaps for the last time, on the face of the woman he loves most. We cordially invite you to be with us Monday at this same time when Ivory Snow will give us the opportunity to visit again with Prudence Dane and the members of her wagon train in A Woman of America, written by Della West Decker. And please remember,
Ivory Snow is what your dishes need. It's Ivory mild for snow white hands in snowdrop foam for speed.
this is Frank Gallop bidding you goodbye until Monday, when Ivory Snow will again bring you A Woman of America. Until then, happy listening. Looking for free red points, ma'am? Your dealer will give you 2 for every pound of desperately needed used kitchen fat.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Watch out for ugly cavities at the gum line. Cavities ground in by toothpastes and powders containing harsh abrasives. Teal contains no abrasives, cleans teeth safely. Get Teal, the modern liquid dentifrice, and avoid ground-in gum line cavities.
And that brings us up to 3:15 Eastern Wartime on August 10th, 1945. That date was a Friday. And next Thursday, by the way, we'll present you our special of the real VJ Day. But here they had a clue something was about to happen. Program was A Woman of America. Coming up next, Radio's own Ma Perkins. We continue now with our special Hour 3 of radio from August 10th, 1945, Japanese Surrender in Sight. And this gives you an idea of what radio was like. People were on the edge. They knew the surrender was going to happen any time. But we're also hearing some programs that are slices of what life was like. Up next, radio's own Ma Perkins. This goes back at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Wartime on Friday, August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today.
For a wash that's white without bleaching, use Oxidol with its lively, active Hustle Bubble Suds. Oxidol's own Ma Perkins.
You know, Sally, our two sons were born on the very same day.
Oh, really?
That's why Miss Chase and I have one birthday party for both of them.
Hey, double birthday party. Oh, just look at those two handsome lads, all dressed up in their Sunday best there at the head of the table.
Uh-huh. But the boy sitting side by side, Helen, makes me ashamed of Jimmy's shirt. I mean, your Bob's are so much whiter. Oh, now. Do you bleach your clothes to get them so white? No, I just wash them. Oxidol washes them so clean they're white without bleaching. That white without bleaching? That's right. Oh, my goodness, Bob's shirt is shades whiter than my Jimmy's.
It's a fact. Oxidol washes clothes cleaner and whiter than less energetic soaps could ever hope to get them. A fact proved by actual tests. Now, here's why Oxidol will wash your clothes white without bleaching. Oxidol's Hustle Bubble Suds are so lively, so active, they lift out dirt. Even the last possible trace of dirt that Let's Go Getting soaps almost always leave behind. Why, Oxidol even acts to prevent those tiny grayness particles that stick in clothes and turn gray or yellow when you iron them. So, Oxidol's far ahead of other type soaps in preventing dirty grayness. Now, try Oxidol, and, except maybe for medicine stains or such, see tablecloths, sheets, even the grimiest pieces, all come so clean. They're actually white without bleaching.
And, Charlie, my colored things, too, always look sparkling bright.
You bet. Because Oxidol gets all wash colors and rayons so clean with wonderful safety. See how dazzling clean your clothes can be. Yes, get that famous orange and blue bullseye package and use Oxidol for a wash that's white without bleaching. Tonight, after the supper dishes were washed, Ma walked up the street with Faye to Mrs. Collins' home, where little Paulette was left to play with the neighbor children. Then Faye went on to the hospital, where she's a nurse's aide, you know. And Ma returned home to sit on the porch and wait. Later, Jeffrey Powell, Gary's father, arrived. Now, in the starlight, we find Mr. Powell and Ma sitting in the porch swing in earnest conversation. Ma's just saying.
And there's no doubt in your mind, Mr. Powell, none whatsoever, that Stella didn't marry Gary just for money.
Well, I talked to her. All she could say, all she could think of was just that she wanted to think it over.
And you believe, as Matilda does, that that meant she wanted to set a price.
That's all it could have meant, Ma. Oh, Ma, it's beautiful, and I've admired you for it, this belief of yours that there is good in everybody. I'm a dreamer. I'm not exactly what the world calls a practical man, and I'd like to believe just the way you do myself, but when you run into a thing like this, Ma, well, there's no mistaking it. I couldn't have been mistaken. The girl is interested only in what she can get out of me. That's her sole interest in her marriage.
You know why I'm still hesitant, don't you, Mr. Powell? I do believe there's good in everybody, yes. Both good and bad, and if we look for the good, we'll find it a lot sooner than we will the bad.
But, Ma, I looked for the good in her.
But that isn't all. Stella lived here in this house with me. She and I went to Chicago together. I felt that I knew Stella.
I'd hoped it might be otherwise, too, Ma. For Gary's sake. This is going to be a blow to him, you know. I don't know just how much of a blow, for I don't know just how deeply he feels about this marriage. And you know him a lot better than I do, Ma. I think Matilda mentioned to you that I'd like your help where he's concerned. He's headstrong, impulsive. It'll be difficult for him to realize he was so wrong about Stella.
Well, I'll be glad to help you, but does that mean that you think Gary might love Stella? Or do you feel, as Matilda does, that he simply married her on rebound?
I don't know, Ma. Don't know whether he loves the girl or not. He praised her high enough, a little too highly, if anything, and that might be just what I'm talking about. His refusing to admit he could have been wrong.
Well, why don't we consider Gary later, Mr. Powell? Don't you think that there is a more immediate problem than Gary?
Ma, are you going to cling to the idea there could be a mistake?
I don't know what I think, Mr. Powell. You and Matilda seem so certain. And yet, I thought I knew Stella.
Ma, if you cling to any hope at all, I'm afraid you're only doomed to disappointment.
But I felt that I knew Stella.
Even so, Ma, I was there, and you weren't.
Yes. Yes, you were there. And I wasn't.
I know what a blow this is to you. Ma, there's another thing I'd like you to help me with, if you will.
What's that, Mr. Powell?
Well, just as soon as I'd left Stella, I realized I'd made a mistake in leaving it up to her as to how much she wanted. Hardly the way to drive a good bargain, is it, Ma? The girl actually has nothing at all to her, but I'm willing to pay her nevertheless. You see, Ma, what I have will all be Gary's someday. While I'm willing to be fair about it, I don't think, for Gary's sake, I should simply write out a check for any amount she might name. And I'm sure she intends talking this over with her brother. And Matilda told you about the phone call, didn't she? The one from her brother when I overheard him saying he knew I had money, saying to her, now's the time to make hay while the sun shines.
Yes, Mr. Powell. Matilda did tell me about that. How can I help you?
Well, this is something I'd just rather not turn over to Matilda. For many reasons, Ma. But could you talk to Stella, perhaps?
Could I talk to Stella? Oh, well, Mr. Powell, I'd be glad to.
Now, Ma, don't set your hopes too high. You're going to find a far different Stella from the one you thought you knew. Now, here's what I thought, Ma. As long as I told her to think it over, let's let her do just that for a few days. Then you might go there.
Our scene changes to Stella's home. Bert Carlin has arrived. Brother and sister are alone. We hear Bert just saying,
"Now, look, Stella, you and I are going to talk. I know you don't want me here, but I'm here just the same, and you and I are going to talk anyway."
I tell you, Bert, there's nothing to talk about.
You're sure of that, huh?
Positive.
What are you trying to do, cut me out of something?
Bert, what is there to cut you out of? What do you think there is?
Nothing, maybe. Not yet. But you know what I'm talking about. I want to know how you made out with Gary's old man the other night. How did you make out, Stella? Did Mr. Powell decide to write you out a nice fat check for a wedding present?
No.
He didn't? Now, don't tell me, as cute as you can be, you didn't get him twisted around your little finger. You at least got some kind of a promise, didn't you?
Bert, let me ask you something.
Why do you think you need money so bad?
Why do I need money? Why does anybody need money? You think I intend staying here in this hick town the rest of my life? What I've got in mind takes money.
You mean you're going to leave here in spite of your parole?
That parole thing isn't going to last forever, is it? I hope.
Would you go away, get out of Rushville Center for good, if you had money? If and when Ma does clear up your parole for you?
If I had the money and that parole thing was cleared up, I wouldn't even stick around here long enough to say goodbye. What do you think I've been trying to tell you all this time?
Does that mean you'll forget about Faye?
Oh, I get it. Then he did offer you a little present. But I've got to promise to forget about Faye, or no deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, Bert.
Well, money has been known to talk, you know, Stella. It all depends on how loud. How much are you thinking about, for instance?
I don't know. But you will make that deal with me to forget Faye.
Like I said, that all depends.
What if I give you all of it? Whatever it gives me, the whole check.
Oh, now, after all, Stella, I'm not that kind of a guy. I'm talking about a reasonable cut, that's all.
What if I want to give you the whole check? Just to prove that's all there is. Would it be a deal?
I don't get it. I don't see why you'd want to hand me the whole thing. But, well, I imagine it'd be a deal. Of course, you can always get more where that came from for yourself.
No, I wouldn't get any more. Never mind.
What do you mean?
I said never mind. I didn't mean anything. All right, Bert. I've always kept my word to you. You know you can depend on me. Now, if you stay out of this, stay out of everything, Ma's house included, you know what I mean by that. You may get your money a lot sooner than you expect. How does that sound to you?
Why, it sounds good enough to me, Stella.
All right, then. It's a deal. You can depend on it.
And perhaps things are just as Jeffrey Powell so firmly believes they are. Perhaps Ma is building her hopes too high. Otherwise, why would Stella agree so readily to saying there will be a check?
Charlie, when I iron my clothes, sometimes they turn yellow looking. What causes that?
Well, frequently those yellow and gray spots that show up in ironing are caused by dirty grayness particles that form in wash water and stick in clothes.
And turn yellow when you iron them?
That's right. Now, if you, too, have noticed the same thing Mrs. Simpson did, try Oxidol. Remember, Oxidol is far ahead of other type soaps in preventing this dirty grayness. Yes, Oxidol washes clothes white without bleaching. You see, Oxidol's hustle bubble suds are so lively, they lift dirt out. Even that last possible trace of dirt Let's Go Getting soaps almost invariably leave behind. That's why Oxidol washes clothes so clean that, well, except maybe for unusually stubborn stains, even the grimiest pieces come white without bleaching. And when colors are Oxidol clean, they sparkle with all their own clear, clean brightness. Oxidol's wonderfully safe for wash colors and rayons. See how clean Oxidol washes your clothes. Try Oxidol and see your wash come white without bleaching. Yes, Ma is hoping against hope that she'll find that good in Stella which she so firmly believes exists in everyone, despite all too obvious evidence to the contrary. For that's Ma's way. But what kind of Stella do you imagine Ma will find? Monday, a recent important discovery is discussed, one we haven't heard about as yet. By all means, be listening to Oxidol's own Ma Perkins Monday, same time, same station. Until Monday, then, this is Charlie Warren saying so long. And for a wash that's white without bleaching, remember Oxidol, won't you?
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
And that brings us to 3:30 Eastern Wartime. You just heard Ma Perkins as she was broadcast on Friday, August 10th, 1945. At 3:30, a program that you heard a lot of promos for on many of these other shows, but we've never aired. Like Ma Perkins, we've never aired that either. This will be Pepper Young's Family next. We continue with our look at 4 days before VJ Day. August 10th, 1945. NBC had a feeling with some of the bulletins that I know you've heard that Japan's talking about the surrender. But they haven't surrendered. They've had 2 nuclear bombs dropped on them. And they're concerned about a couple of issues. They basically agree with the Potsdam terms, but they say, well, what about this, what about this, what about this? Main thing they're concerned about is making sure that there is a continuity of power, and that's the big concern. But let's listen now. 3:30 Eastern Wartime, August 10th, 1945. Pepper Young's Family. But first, and part of the main reason we're doing all this, is they're interrupting with bulletins. And this program at 3:30 starts with the bulletin.
The National Broadcasting Company interrupts this program to bring you a special bulletin. One moment, please. The National Broadcasting Company interrupts this program to bring you a special bulletin. We are waiting in the NBC newsroom for a special bulletin to be brought to us before this microphone. And here's the bulletin. Charles Roos, Presidential Secretary, has just made the following statement. Our government, through regular diplomatic channels, is in communication with Great Britain, Russia, and China regarding the Japanese surrender offer. That is all that can be said at this time. I repeat that statement once again. Charles Roos, Presidential Secretary, or that's Charles Ross, Presidential Secretary, has just made the following statement. Our government, through regular diplomatic channels, is in communication with Great Britain, Russia, and China regarding the Japanese surrender offer. That is all that can be said at this time. Keep tuned to your NBC station for the later news.
The Camay Beauty Soap Program. Camay, the mild beauty soap for a smoother, softer complexion, brings you Pepper Young's Family. Say, do you know what I'm absolutely positive of? I know a lot of women are going to have younger, lovelier looking complexions just because they heard this song. Listen.
Did you know that just one cake of Camay can mean a smoother, softer skin? Say, did you know that just one cake of Camay is the way you should begin? You ought to try it now. You'd better start today. The Camay mild soap diet is the lovely woman's way for a softer and more glamorous complexion. Camay, Camay, Camay.
Yes, you'll see a real improvement in your complexion if you'll change from incorrect skin care to regular, mild Camay care. Doctors, skin specialists tested Camay care. They had a whole group of women follow regular care with Camay. And those doctors reported definitely smoother, lovelier complexions for most of those women. So follow the Camay mild soap diet. Directions are on the wrapper. And I promise, with your very first cake of Camay, you'll have a lovelier looking skin. Yes, a softer, a smoother complexion.
Just one cake the Camay way, your very first cake, and you will say, Camay, Camay, Camay.
And now, Pepper Young's Family, written by Elaine Carrington. It's early afternoon of a hot summer day, and Mrs. Young has decided to snatch a few minutes' rest until the glare of the afternoon sun lessens. And just as she has settled herself in her bed, she hears the screen door slam and Peggy's voice calling,
Mama! You! Oh, Mama! Where are you? Is anybody home? Oh, Mama!
Oh, hello, Miss Peggy.
Hello, Hattie.
My, but it's good to see you. Your mother went upstairs to lie down. It was
Oh.
so hot she thought you'd take a little rest until it got cooler.
Nonsense. I'm not asleep. I heard you, Pegs. Come on up here to my room.
Oh, Mama, I'm terribly sorry if I woke you up.
You didn't, darling. Come on up here.
All right.
Oh, Miss Peggy, would you mind taking this letter up to Mrs. Young? I think it's from your father. It says Lake Beauregard on it.
Then, of course, it must be Daddy.
You don't mean to tell me the Sam Young is taking time off from his fishing trip to write to me. This is practically epic.
Here it is, Mama. I have it. You needn't bother to come
I'm
down.
not coming down. As a matter of fact, I'm down. I've decided it's cooler downstairs and it isn't my room. It just occurred to me that Peggy oughtn't to climb a lot of stairs.
Oh, stairs don't hurt me.
Oh, it's cooler down here. Hattie.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you got any lemonade?
I've got some on ice.
Oh, good. I'll have a glassful. Would you like some, Pegs?
Oh, I'd love one, Mama. You haven't any cookies, have you, Hattie?
I'll find something for you, Miss Peggy, and bring it right in.
Oh, thanks, Hattie.
Darling, come on in the living room.
Uh-huh. All right, Mama.
My, but you have courage to be out in this noonday sun. Isn't it only mad dogs and Englishmen who venture forth?
I don't mind the weather at all, Mama. I don't even mind it being hot here in Elmwood. It's so nice to be at home most of the day and have Carter coming home in the evening.
Well, I wish you could have been up at the lake with your father during this heat.
Oh, I wouldn't be up at the lake with Daddy for anything in the world. I'd 10 million times rather be right here where I am. You know, Mama, I think I'm absolutely and perfectly happy. I think I'm one person in the world who's perfectly happy. I just feel so good about everything. I wonder if everybody feels so happy when they're having a baby.
I don't know, darling, but you look radiant. Here, let's sit here. Let's see what your father's letter has to say.
All right. Mama, you know, I feel sort of excited all the time, as if I can't wait for the baby to get here. As if I can't wait for me to be able to say that I'm a mother. And I just... Oh, Mom, you better go ahead and read Daddy's letter. Never mind about me.
Of course I mind about you, dear, but I would like to see what your father has to say. I bet you anything he's left something behind him and he wants me to send it to him. Wait till I see. No. Apparently, he misses me.
Of course he misses you. He always misses you whenever you're out of his sight.
Well, he's never missed me on a fishing trip before. He's never even written to me on a fishing trip before. I wonder if he's quite well.
What? Oh, Mama, of course he's well. He just misses you. I know he does. I know Daddy. Why, if you'd seen him moping around here the times I have when you've been away from home, just not knowing what to do with himself, just wondering when you'd be back and why you had to go away in the first place, you'd understand how he'd miss you, even on a fishing trip.
Nonsense. He never even thinks about me on a fishing trip. Figs. He says, I'm counting the days until I get home again. Do you know, Mary, to tell you the truth, I don't believe I'm going away another year without you. It's no fun.
Oh, Mama, isn't that sweet?
Oh, Pegs, your father's a darling. And he knows just how to get around me.
What else does he say?
He says, Hattie! Oh, Hattie!
I was just coming in with a lemonade and some cinnamon toast I made for Miss
Cinnamon toast? Hattie, how heavenly. Let me taste it.
Here it is. I thought you'd like that with your lemonade. Here, now, I'll put this tray down on the table.
That looks wonderful, Hattie. Thank you.
Hattie.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Young says that Hank sends his regards.
Oh.
And Hank wants a picture of you and Butch.
A picture of me? Oh, my stars. I haven't had my picture taken since before the flood.
Well, it's high time you did with that handsome son of yours. And I think Hank deserves a picture. And I can think of nothing nicer than to have your photograph if I were Hank, or myself, or Hal Winters.
Oh, Mrs. Young, please don't go wishing that on me to have to go and sit for a picture. I just about die.
Well, you think about it, Hattie, dear.
Well, all right,
Now,
ma'am.
let's see what else Mr. Young has to say. Oh, here's something. It's a secret, and I'm not to tell Pepper.
What is it, Mama?
Girls, your father's bought an acre of land on the lake for Pepper as a wedding present.
Oh,
marvelous.
perfectly gorgeous. I think that's the nicest wedding present I ever heard of.
And just as soon as he can, Hank's going to put up a shack there, and Kirk Bradley wants to furnish it as a wedding present to Pepper and Diana.
Oh, it's the cutest thing I ever listened to. And when Pepper isn't using it, perhaps he'll let us all use the shack. Won't that be heavenly? We can take our vacations there.
Oh, and Pegs, I forgot to tell you, Pepper was simply beside himself this morning. He and Diana are going to be married on Labor Day.
On Labor Day?
Yep.
You mean as soon as that, Mama? You mean Diana has actually made up her mind?
Yes, isn't that good news? And they're going to be married from this house, too.
Oh, Mama, that's wonderful. I love weddings, and I know you do, too. This is one I won't miss. Diana hasn't asked me to be matron of honor yet, but maybe she will. And well, if she doesn't, I insist upon being bridesmaid.
That's right.
Although, well, maybe I'd better wait to be bridesmaid until Pepper's next wedding, seeing I won't look too beautiful going up the aisle.
You look very beautiful indeed. You never look more beautiful in your life than you do right now. And, Peggs, I don't think there's going to be any other wedding. I think this will be Pepper's one and only. You know, we're a sort of a one-marriage family.
Well, I know I am. I know I could never find anybody else in the whole world I'd ever want for a husband besides Carter. Oh, Mama, he's so darling to me. He looks after me so wonderfully. He thinks about me all the time, waits on me hand and foot. You know, he'd worry just the same as you do if he thought I was out this time of day when the sun's so hot.
Carter's a darling. Oh, here's a note in your father's letter I didn't see. Let's see. Oh, he says Hank can't get over his disappointment that Pepper's wife isn't to be Linda, but someone else. He says that Pepper and Linda belong together from way back, that they used to go sailing and fishing and camping together, and that, as Hank puts it, some folks is meant for each other. You can spot 'em a mile away. And Pepper and Linda are those kind of folks. And I don't care who Pepper marries, she won't be right for him. She won't be the girl who's meant for him the way Miss Linda is.
Oh, Mama, I honestly think Diana is lots better for Pepper than Linda ever was.
Well, Pigs, darling, I can't go that far. But I know Pepper's going to marry Diana, and I do think she's a darling girl. There's nothing I can do about it.
But, Mama, why should you want to do anything about it? Diana's so right for Pepper, and she's so beautiful and good and sweet. She's worked close to him at the office for so long, she knows all about him. She'll make him a wonderful wife.
I think so, too, Miss Peggy. I think you're right about that.
Yes, Hattie, I'm sure she will, but I'm not sure there isn't something in what Hank says. I'm not sure that I won't always have the feeling, as Hank does, that Pepper and Linda, the two who belong together, that they were meant for each other.
Whatever anyone thinks, whatever anyone feels, the time is drawing close now when Pepper will slip a ring on Diana's finger. When she and not Linda will be his wife. When Pepper will take up his life with Diana. At least, so Mrs. Young believes. But she does not know Diana's sudden distrust of her brother Mac. Her fear that he's done something that will make it impossible for her to marry Pepper. Listen, it's nighttime at a vacation hotel. There's music in the patio. And look, there's a beautiful girl dancing with her husband. Her evening dress is sheer black chiffon, and she wears fresh red roses at her waist and in her hair. Her dress drifts gracefully as she moves, and the soft lights play on the tawny gold skin of her shoulders and lifted arms. She's the center of all eyes. Now, what is surpassingly beautiful about this woman? Mostly it's the smooth, silky perfection of her gold-tinted skin. And it's not just her suntan. It's the quality of the skin underneath that's lovely. For like Anna Held, who daily took her bath in milk, this woman makes a beauty ritual of her bath. She bathes with mild, creamy Camay, the soap of beautiful women. Just think what you do when you take a Camay beauty bath. You lavish upon the skin of your entire body exquisite care. And Camay Care is the care thousands of beautiful brides lavish on their complexions. No wonder, then, when you smooth Camay's mild lather over your arms and shoulders, you help bring out the natural loveliness of your entire skin. And you step from your bath clean, fresh, your skin just touched with a delicate fragrance. And your skin has the natural softness and delicacy that nature means it to have. So make every bath a beauty treatment. Get some Camay and begin your Camay beauty baths soon. Remember, it's Camay, a Procter & Gamble soap that brings you Pepper Young's family. Now, this is Alan Kent inviting you to listen again on Monday. You can't buy red points, you can't beg them, but you can earn them. Save used fats. Every pound is worth 2 red points plus cash.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Now, that bulletin you heard at the beginning was part of the reason, probably, that NBC was recording all these shows and preserved them, because they thought they were going to get the bulletin right when it happened, and they probably did along the way, except that it happened overnight. And you'll hear a part about that coming up on our Thursday show when we get to all of VJ Day. But right now, that was from 3:30 Eastern Wartime. Pepper Young's Family. We're up to 3:45. And now the program, The Right to Happiness, will be up next at 3:45 Eastern Wartime on Friday, August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago. But first, now we continue, 3:45 Eastern Wartime, The Right to Happiness, as we listen to the shows from 4 days before VJ Day. This would be August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago.
The National Broadcasting Company delays the start of this program to bring you a special newscast. From the NBC newsroom in New York, we present Don Goddard with a roundup of latest developments. Mr. Goddard.
The Japanese offer to surrender now apparently has girdled the world from Tokyo to Moscow, London, and Washington. Nearly 9 hours after the Tokyo radio broadcast that the Japanese government would accept the Potsdam Ultimatum of the Big Three, which Japanese warlords had once turned down, they would accept it if they could keep their emperor. Charles Ross, the White House secretary, issued the following statement. Our government, through regular diplomatic channels, is now in communication with Great Britain, Russia, and China regarding the Japanese surrender offer. That is all that is possible to say right now. The Jap offer finally had been received sometime before 3:30 Eastern Wartime by the great Allied powers. They have made no decision as yet. The shooting war is still on. The ultimatum was sent to the Allies through Sweden and Switzerland.
From the NBC newsroom in New York, we have presented Don Goddard in a roundup of the latest developments on the Jap peace offer. Keep tuned to your NBC station for the latest news.
Your favorite soap since baby days. It's got those gentle baby ways. Ivory Soap. 99 and 44 100% pure. Now, Ivory Soap's own story. The Right to Happiness. Considering only oneself is not the way to true contentment. We should think carefully in seeking our own right to happiness, lest we endanger the happiness of others. Your hands can show it. These gentlemen know it.
Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Would you like younger-looking hands, smoother fingertips, whiter knuckles, softer skin? Then wash your dishes with a cake of Ivory Soap.
Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Correct the harm the wrong soap's done. Float Ivory in your dishpan. Mild, mild, mild. Your hands will show remarkable improvement fast.
Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Doctor's choice for skin care. Doctors advise Ivory over any other soap. Baby's soap for 66 years. Ivory's baby ways can beautify hands.
Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Try Ivory Soap for dishes. Costs only about a penny a day. In 12 days, you'll see softer, whiter, younger-looking hands.
Your hands can have that ivory look in just 12 days.
Now, the right to happiness. Emily Norton is certain that the course she has embarked on is right. She is so certain that she has thrown all caution to the winds. She knows the time will come when she and her family will need the money she is so intent on saving. And this is the only way she can counteract her husband's extravagant spending. And so shortly before noon today, after Jenny has left, Emily is at the phone, making a call.
Hello?
Hello, is that you, Miss Post?
Yes?
Well, this is Mrs. Norton.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Norton.
I'm sorry we were interrupted while you were here earlier.
Oh, that's all right.
But I've been thinking over the suggestion you made about selling you some of the other things on the list I mentioned.
Yes, Mrs. Norton?
Well, naturally, I can't let you have everything on the list, much as I want to. I'd rather my husband didn't know I was selling these things.
That's up to you, of course.
But there are quite a few things here I know wouldn't be missed. So if you can come and get them, well, that's what I'd like you to do.
You can come anytime, Mrs. Norton.
The sooner the better.
Well, how about right after lunch, if that's okay?
Yes, I guess that's as good a time as any.
You'll be expected then about 1 o'clock.
I'll be waiting for you. Bye.
Oh, one thing more, Mrs. Norton.
Yes?
I don't know if you thought of this or not. I took a good look at that piano of yours while I was there.
The piano?
There's quite a market for good pianos right now. We could give you a good price for it.
The piano. No, I'm afraid I can't risk that.
I can give you as much for that as for all the rest of the stuff put together.
Well, I'm afraid that wouldn't do, Miss Post. Not right now, anyway. I don't even want to think about selling that.
Okay, then. Sorry. Well, we'll be up about 1, Mrs. Norton. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
A little after 1 o'clock, as they had agreed, the people with whom Emily Norton has been dealing arrived at the house. And though she met them with some misgivings, and though her misgivings still persisted, Emily Norton went through with her part of the bargain. A chair was taken from the living room, a lamp and some pieces of bric-a-brac, some more dresses from her closet. Other things were taken from different parts of the house. Nothing more was said about the piano. And then after they left, Emily took the bank book with her name in it and hurried over to the bank. And another figure was added to the growing column on page 1. For several minutes after she leaves the window, Emily Norton stands still, gazing at the figures in the little book clutched firmly in her hand. Here at last, she thinks, she has some small degree of security. Here at last is something worthwhile put aside for that rainy day she is so certain will come. If only she had the courage to sell the piano, this figure could easily be doubled. But then as she stands there, she begins to wonder again what will happen if Ed discovers what she has done. She has always been afraid of his anger. She hopes he may not learn of this, even though she knows she is right. And then, as she starts to leave the bank, she is startled to hear a familiar voice at her side.
Mother? Oh, Jane.
Did I startle you?
Jane, good heavens. What are you doing here?
Well, I've been here for several minutes.
But
don't look so frightened, Mother. Don't try to hide the book, either. I know what it is. I saw you go up to the window. I guess I saw most everything.
Well, Jane,
I was home when they came with the truck. I was upstairs in my room. I didn't mean to spy on you, but I couldn't help it.
You were home?
I guess I heard everything, Mother. All the time they were going through the house and taking things out. The dresses and the things downstairs. And I followed you here. I don't know why. It was none of my business, but it was all so strange, Mother.
Yes, I suppose it does seem strange. A little horrible in a way. A little frightening.
Why did you do it, Mother? Why?
Well, I think I'd better tell you everything, dear. Let's sit on one of those benches over there. Perhaps it's just as well you did follow me. You're bound to know about it sooner or later. Here we are, dear.
It seems so terrible having those people in the house, Mother, snooping around and taking things out to the truck.
I know it must have, Jane. But I asked them to come, you see, and I have a very important reason for doing all this.
Does Dad know about it?
Oh, no, he doesn't know a thing about it. I'm not going to ask you to be a party to what I've done, but you can tell him if you like, darling. If there are any unpleasant consequences to this, well, I've done it with my eyes open, and I'll face them alone. Jane, do you remember the talk we had a few days ago on the subject of money? The family conference the three of us had on it?
Yes.
Well, the result of that was that your father and I still disagreed, and most heartily, about the way he was spending every cent he makes. He's such a wonderful optimist, so full of confidence, he just won't admit things might ever be different.
I know.
And on top of everything, he still intends buying the house we're living in. Now, that's all well and good for those who can afford those things, but if you haven't a penny in the bank or in bonds, it's silly to even think of such a thing. So, this is my way of trying to lay something aside for us, for the three of us, Jane, so we'll always have it to fall back on, no matter what.
When did you start, Mother? Selling things, I mean.
Just a few days ago, dear. I took some dresses to the second-hand store, and when they sold them, that was my first deposit.
The dresses
The dresses I told your father were at the cleaners. I lied to him. It was the first time I've ever told him anything that wasn't so, Jane.
But he'll know, Mother. He's bound to find out.
Well, eventually, I mean to tell him.
But he'll find out now. Why, that chair they took from the living room and the lamp and those candlesticks on the mantel. Oh, it isn't right, Mother. You know it isn't.
I know that in one way I'm doing a terrible thing, Jane. But in another, if the day should come when we really need money, and this helps us face it, well, then my doing this may be all right. That's my only justification, darling. It may not be a justification at all. As I said before, you do whatever you think best now that you know. That part of it, I'm leaving up to you.
Emily Norton appears to be calm, fully prepared to face whatever consequences are in store for her. Yet her apparent calmness would fade in an instant if she knew that her husband, leaving the plant a little earlier than usual this afternoon, had said to his secretary,
"I'm getting out of here early, Miss Allison, because I've got a stop to make on the way home. Got to get there before they close. I'm stopping at the cleaners to check up on a dress my wife left there. If anybody wants me, I'll be home this evening, all evening long."
Here's Denver Darling.
Howdy.
And he's got another Ivory Bath Time ballad.
An ivory bath's a crackerjack. Just hop right in and settle back. Ivory's floating where you can reach. That floating cake's a perfect peach. When your day's been taxing, you just try relaxing. In the tub with Ivory, you're gonna feel like new. Sure as my name's Denver Darling, you'll get a real lift from an ivory bath. Ease yourself into the tub. First, just set and soak. Ivory soap, there's a pal, comes floating by. No deep-sea diving for Ivory. It's right on top. Grab it and spread on the lather. Pure, white, soft-feeling lather. It babies your skin. And why not? Ivory's been baby soap for 66 years. It's mild, mild, mild. And let me tell you, more doctors recommend Ivory for you than any other soap. So your next move is to get yourself some Ivory and have yourself one wonderful bath. When your day's been taxing, you just try relaxing. In the tub with Ivory, you're gonna feel like new.
This is Ron Rawson thanking you for listening. The Right to Happiness is presented with the compliments of Ivory, your favorite soap since baby days. It's got those gentle baby ways. Ivory soap, 99 and 44 100% pure. It floats. Don't stop saving used fat till the Japs stop fighting. Used fat is still needed to help make battlefront and home front supplies. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
And that will bring us up to 4 o'clock Eastern Wartime. We just finished listening to The Right to Happiness, 3:45 Eastern Wartime, on Friday, August 10th, 1945. Notice the constant reference to the Japs, and you wouldn't say that today at all. You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. We continue and notice, one of the things that I ask you to listen to during these, because we don't know the storylines at the time. But can you imagine, okay, we've just been told we're going to have to cut the show by 3 minutes for a news bulletin. We're going to cut the show by 45 seconds for a news bulletin. They're making all these changes on the fly. This is all live radio. So they're making these changes on the fly. And making these changes in dramatic programming makes you wonder. Okay, up next at 4 o'clock Eastern Wartime is Backstage Mary Noble Backstage Wife, which is now Mary Noble War Wife. That's 4 o'clock Eastern Wartime, and we'll hear that next. Now, I noticed something in this show is that and I'm going to leave the dead air in. There was a dead air issue, apparently, and I'm speculating, because I don't know for sure, I'm speculating that somebody in Master Control of WEAF New York just failed to throw a switch, and the first part of the special news bulletin did not get on the air. But let's listen to Mary Noble, Backstage Wife, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, or Mary Noble War Wife as she was rebranded, Friday, August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today.
4 p.m. GRUEN, Gruen Precision Watch Time. Visit your Gruen jeweler. WEAF, New York.
Allies now is to state the ways in which the Japanese government and all the Japanese military forces can surrender. This may take some hours, even a day or so, since many odd quirks of circumstances are involved. We may assume, on the basis of the Potsdam Declaration, however, that the Japanese government, presumably the Emperor and the military high command and perhaps the civilian wing of authority, must sign the surrender terms offered at Potsdam. These were the destruction of all military forces, the surrender of all of their arms, and in addition, adequate proof that this is being done. The Japanese must acknowledge this in writing, presumably, and then carry out the promises it makes by permitting our military and naval forces to occupy parts of Japan as prescribed in the Potsdam Declaration. Finally, the Allied reply, presumably, would demand some pledge of safety on the part of Japan and comfort for the 135 American and Allied nationals now in Japanese hands as prisoners. We would demand delivery of these people or safe conduct for them to some agreeable point. Now, that's all from the NBC studio in the State Department at this time.
When you take mineral oil, you often also need relief from excess stomach acidity. And when that's the case, mineral oil alone means only halfway relief. So try Haley's MO. It combines mineral oil with acid-alkalizing milk of magnesia, means complete relief. Caution, use only as directed. Get Haley's MO.
Now we present once again Mary Noble, Backstage Wife, the story of a little Iowa girl who marries America's most handsome actor, Larry Noble, matinee idol of a million other women, and the story of the change war brings as Mary finds herself a war wife. Keep it clean with Energine. Ladies, are those white shoes you're wearing really white, or will you be embarrassed next time you wear them? You can make them white as driven snow, by using Energine Shoe White. You see, Energine Shoe White does two important jobs, not just one. It cleans as it whitens. It's true. At the very same time that Energine Shoe White gives your shoes a snowy white radiance, it also cleans them beautifully. So don't spoil your appearance this summer by wearing half-clean shoes that look white here and splotchy there. Use Energine Shoe White. It actually makes dirt and smudges disappear while it whitens your shoes. And it whitens them evenly with a fleecy white finish that's the same from toe to heel. Energine Shoe White is easy to use, goes on in a jiffy, and there's nothing that stays on better. Remember, keep it clean with Energine. And now, Backstage Wife, the beloved story of Mary Noble. Now Mary Noble war wife, since her husband Larry, former Broadway star, is now Lieutenant Noble of the United States Coast Guard, who is back in this country on a 30-day leave and is living with his family out at their home in Rosehaven, Long Island. Well, you'll recall that Frederick Dunbar, Mary and Larry's new acquaintance, lives at Greystone, a palatial home on Long Island Sound. And this morning he telephoned and invited them to dinner. And so we find Mary and Larry and their host, Mr. Dunbar, in the luxurious living room of the Dunbar mansion. And Mr. Dunbar is saying,
"While we're waiting dinner, Mr. and Mrs. Noble, perhaps you'd like to see some of the other rooms in the house."
Yes, we would.
This house is comparatively new, isn't it, Mr. Dunbar? Yes, it is, Lieutenant Noble. I designed the place myself. Had it built here on this hill overlooking Long Island Sound just after the last war. You can see the beach from this window here.
Oh, Larry, look at this beautiful view. It's positively thrilling, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You certainly picked an attractive spot for your home, Mr. Dunbar. Yes, I picked an attractive spot to build a home. But when it was finished, Lieutenant Noble, I discovered I had built merely a house, not a home. I live in this east wing overlooking the water. The west wing I built for someone else.
Someone else?
Yes, a woman, a dear friend. I haven't seen her for years. She was a nurse in the First World War. It was she who nursed me back to health after I was wounded in France. In my study, the next room, I have a painting of her I'd like to show you. Would you care to look at it?
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Then come this way, please. I had the painting done soon after we returned to this country from abroad. Well, here we are. This is my study.
Oh, it's a beautiful room, isn't it, Larry?
The painting I spoke about is there on the wall over the mantel. Why, it's in some sort of a case, isn't it? A casing made of teakwood, yes, with a solid front.
It's quite a sizable picture, isn't it?
Life-size, yes. I'll open it. I keep the key here on the mantel. You mean you keep the case locked? Always. Why, I don't really know. I suppose it's the primitive or the suspicious in us that makes us want to keep our valuables under lock and key. The caveman blocked his cave with a stone. The medieval knight surrounded his castle with a moat. I placed the one valuable thing in my life in a teakwood case and then foolishly locked the door, when actually the painting interests no one in the world but me. But how do you get up there on the wall to unlock it, Mr. Dunbar? The lock, you'll notice, is on the bottom, here. So it is. There. It's unlocked now, and the glass door swings open. Well, the picture lights up when the door's open. Yes, the picture lights.
Larry, that portrait. It's a portrait of me. Me in my nurse's uniform as Wendy in Tom's play Blackout.
So it is. I can't believe it.
But this is fantastic. It can't be.
I thought you'd be surprised, Mrs. Noble.
But I don't understand.
When was this portrait painted, Mr. Dunbar? Nearly 20 years ago, Lieutenant Noble.
20 years ago, but...
And is this a portrait of the girl, the nurse you spoke about just now? Yes, it is. The resemblance to Mrs. Noble is astounding, isn't it? Frankly, it quite takes my breath away.
Larry, please, may I sit down? I don't feel so well.
Sit here, Mary. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Noble. I didn't realize it would affect you like this.
That's all right, Mr. Dunbar. It was just the shock of...
Perhaps you can understand now why I went to see your performance in the play Blackout so many times.
Yes, I'm afraid I do.
The subject of the portrait meant a great deal to me, Mrs. Noble. She still does. She always will. The resemblance between the two of you is striking, isn't it?
I can't get over it. Why, it's me. The eyes, the mouth, the shadows, and the expression of the face. Why, it's like a portrait of me, isn't it, Larry?
It's enough like you to be your double or twin sister.
You're sure, Mr. Dunbar, this picture was painted years ago?
Why, yes, Mrs. Noble, I am. I hope you don't doubt me. I watched the artist day after day as the work progressed. Well, you can see by the canvas and even by the sheen of the paint itself that the portrait is aging.
No, it isn't a new painting, Mary.
Oh, I don't doubt your word, Mr. Dunbar, but... Well, it's almost unbelievable that two people should look so much alike.
You can understand my astonishment then when on the opening night of your play, I saw you walk out onto the stage.
Oh, yes, I can. It must have been a terrible shock to you.
You must have thought you were seeing things.
Yes, Lieutenant Noble, I did think I was seeing things. As I sat there in the theater, it seemed as if a vision of 20 years ago was passing before my eyes. For a full minute, I closed my eyes, expecting that when I opened them again, I'd find it had been only an illusion. But no, the picture was real. Even the voice, Mrs. Noble. Even your voice. I can close my eyes now, and when you speak, it's as though she were speaking out of the past. I have another picture of her. It's only a photograph taken before this painting was made. I'd like you to see it. If you'll excuse me, I'll get it. It's in the other room. Excuse me.
Of course. Larry, that portrait, it almost frightens me.
It's got me puzzled, Mary. I still can't believe my eyes. And yet there it is, hanging on the wall. And it certainly was painted before you ever even heard of blackout.
But, Larry, you heard what Mr. Dunbar said. He was in love with this girl. This nurse who looks enough like me to actually be me. Why, Larry, he must have been madly in love with her.
Well, I don't blame him, darling. After all, I'm in love with you.
But, Larry, don't you understand? If he was in love with her and I look exactly as she did, why then...
Yes, I know what you're thinking about, Mary.
But don't you see, darling, I'm somehow afraid to be here.
Oh, no, Mary, that's ridiculous. Why
It isn't ridiculous, Larry. Whenever he is near me, I have a peculiar feeling that he's looking at me strangely, that he's staring at me. Larry,
Oh, now, darling, you're imagining things.
Yes, perhaps I am. You know, dear, this picture must have been what Mr. Dunbar's chauffeur meant when he spoke about the surprise we'd get when we came into this room.
Yes, it must have been. He's undoubtedly been here in this room, and since he also saw blackout, he knew about the resemblance between you and this girl in the portrait.
Now, see here, Marie, I tell you the picture was right here on my desk. I saw it here just this morning, so don't lie to me.
Larry, listen.
But you had no right to remove the picture. You had no right even to touch it. I've forbidden anyone to touch it, and now it's missing. And I've told you time after time not to touch the picture.
I wonder what's happened. Dunbar's angry about something.
Oh, stay out of the room, do you hear me? Stay out. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Noble, but I can't find the picture at the moment. There's a new maid here.
That's all right, Mr. Dunbar.
Yes, don't let it get you upset.
But I am upset, Lieutenant Noble. I've told the servants repeatedly not to move the picture from my desk. Now it's gone. Where, I don't know. One of them probably broke it, maybe even destroyed it. I'll have the entire house searched.
Larry, quick, he's going to faint.
I've got him, Mary.
Put him in this chair, Larry.
There. I wonder what happened to him.
Larry, we must do something for him. You stay here. I'll call the servants. I'll tell them to get a doctor.
No, Mrs. Noble, don't call the servants. I'll be all right.
Do you feel better now, Mr. Dunbar?
Yes, thank you, Lieutenant. I'll be all right in a moment. I should never allow myself to become excited or disturbed. My doctors always told me that it was bad for my heart. But I always forget.
Are you sure there's nothing I can get for you, Mr. Dunbar?
No, nothing. Mrs. Noble.
Yes?
Come closer to me, please.
Yes, Mr. Dunbar.
Turn your head toward the light just a little. Yes. There's no doubt about it. You're the image of her. I knew I was right the first time I saw you walk out onto the stage. Don't leave me, Mrs. Noble. Don't leave me.
Well, what started out to be a quiet evening at Mr. Dunbar's home has ended in a sudden and unexpected climax. For further developments, be sure and hear Monday's dramatic episode of Backstage Wife, the story of Mary Noble. Now Mary Noble, war wife. Keep it clean with Energine. It's been said that clothes make the man, but if they're clothes that bear dirty grease spots, they can hurt him socially and in business. So get a bottle of Energine cleaning fluid and use it whenever your husband's things or your own need attention. Amazing Energine makes grease spots go right before your eyes in a jiffy. You can clean with confidence when you use Energine. It makes no difference whether it's a suit or dress, tie or blouse, rug or upholstered chair. Energine is especially designed to make grease spots vanish from almost anything you can think of, including such delicate fabrics as velvet and lace. Simply follow directions, and Energine cleans without harm, leaving no telltale rings to mark the places where spots have been. Energine is so good that we say you can get nothing, no matter how much you pay, that'll remove even the most stubborn grease spots more quickly or more efficiently than it will. And it's easy to use, too. Get the big economy bottle today. Remember, Energine gets it clean, so keep it clean with Energine. Mary Noble, Backstage Wife, will be on the air again Monday at this same time. Ward Bond speaking for the makers of Energine Shoe White and Cleaning Fluid.
Relieve your common headache, neuritic, or neuralgic pain fast by taking 2 Bayer aspirin tablets with a glass of water. Thousands of people use quick-acting Bayer aspirin this way and get reliable, fast-acting relief. Don't wait. Right at the start of such pain, try fast-relieving, genuine Bayer aspirin.
Now, all I can assume is all of those switches issues up front was all that is, all that dead air was that was. And that's something that people were understanding of at the time. These days, no. You don't. Because what happens when they have a news bulletin these days and they delay the start of a show? They just cut off part of the show. That's all they do. This was, though, from 4 o'clock Eastern Wartime on August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today. You just heard Mary Noble, Backstage Wife, or Mary Noble, War Wife. Up next, without interruption, but we will take a quick break, NBC went to Stella Dallas. But we'll hear Stella Dallas in just a moment. Now, directly into the program Stella Dallas from 4:15 Eastern Wartime on Friday, August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today.
We give you now Stella Dallas, a continuation on the air of the true-to-life story of mother love and sacrifice. These episodes in the later life of Stella Dallas are based on the famous novel of that name by Olive Higgins Prouty and are written by Ann Hummert. If you want to keep your hair looking well-groomed without spending a lot of time and money, get a bottle of double danderine at your druggist's. Use it according to directions, and then notice how quickly your hair takes on a well-cared-for look. You see, double danderine contains an active antiseptic that relieves annoying dandruff symptoms. This gentle antiseptic is used by many hospitals regularly. Double danderine is the only hair preparation that contains this antiseptic ingredient. In addition, double danderine brings out the natural luster of your hair. Being a liquid, it's easy to apply. It's not greasy, and its clean fragrance is pleasing to both men and women. What's more, it removes loose dandruff flakes instantly as you brush it in. Now, we're so sure that both you and your husband will like double danderine that we ask you to try it without risking a penny. You must be completely satisfied, or you get your money back when you return the empty bottle. Remember, double danderine. Get a bottle at your druggist today. And now, Stella Dallas. Can Stella's unusual and dangerous plan to help her friends Neil and Christine Rayburn succeed?
Oh, how lucky we were, Phil Baxter and me, that little Teddy Rayburn came clear across town to my place at the rooming house. And he did talk about his stepmother, Harriet Rayburn. And the dictaphone took down every word he said.
Right now, Harriet Rayburn, who is Neil's sister-in-law, is knocking on a door in the impressive Rayburn home.
Christine, let me in. Christine, will you open that door at once? Christine, I want my child. Unlock that door and let me in. Teddy? Teddy? Oh, really, this is insufferable.
Christine, how dare you take my son in that room and lock the door? You just wait until your husband hears about this. He'll leave you forever. Oh, Christine, will you open that door?
Well, Harriet, what's the trouble?
Stella. Well, what are you doing here? Trying to interfere again?
Bill Baxter and me just came over.
I know what happened. You put Teddy up to slipping out of this house and crossing town alone to that rooming house where you live.
Take it easy, please. First of all, that ain't true. Teddy came across town of his own accord. He came because he heard you quarreling with Christine. He heard you say you'd kill her.
Well, of all the fantastic
Harriet
talk...
Rayburn, you didn't even know that child was away from home until Christine brought him back.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is.
Stella, I'm perfectly well aware of every deceitful thing you've done. I even know that Neil went to see you at the rooming house. And I suppose he came in with you and Mr. Baxter.
You're supposing wrong. And I'm mighty glad to find out that Neil hasn't been home since he talked to me.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I, kind of think you do, Harriet.
Neil and Christine haven't been getting along very well? It's only natural for Neil to stay away from home.
Why, that's about the meanest thing I've ever heard anybody say. There ain't a doubt in my mind that you've done everything you can to ruin their happiness and their trust in each other and even their marriage itself.
Stella, you'd better watch what you say. I'll be forced to repeat every word of this to Neil.
Oh, I'm sure you will repeat it. But you may have a big surprise in store for you.
Oh, don't think you can turn Neil against me.
Harriet, I've got a hunch you yourself will turn him against you.
Well, don't you think you're being rather absurd?
What?
Neil has made it very plain that he likes and respects me.
Oh, Stella, dear.
Yes, Phil?
Could you come downstairs?
Well, I'll be right down, Phil. And, Harriet, if I were you, I'd stop pounding on Christine's door.
She has no right to keep Teddy from me.
Stella, come on into the study.
Have you got things all fixed, Phil?
I certainly have. Look around the room.
Well, I don't see a thing.
Well, I've hidden the dictaphone. I'm not even going to tell you where.
Oh, that's wonderful. It'll be better for me not to know. But, Phil, are you sure everything is ready? When we were at my place, we managed to take down on the dictaphone all those things Teddy said, but are you positive now that when you work it, we'll get the kind of effect we want?
I think so, Stella. I hope so, but a great deal depends on chance.
Yes, I know.
We're not even certain that Neil will come home tonight. If he doesn't come home, everything may go wrong.
Oh, but something tells me that he will.
Well, we're not sure we can arrange for Neil and Harriet to talk. That's another thing that's important.
Look, don't worry about that. When Neil walks in this house, Harriet is going to rush downstairs to see him. We can be sure of that.
I believe you're talking from faith, Stella.
Well, maybe I am, because I feel so strong, Phil, that good is always stronger than evil. Sometimes folks think it's not. Sometimes it seems like there's nothing but trouble in our lives. But underneath everything, there is a plan. A plan that can only be God's plan, Phil.
I believe that too, Stella.
And here's Christine Rayburn, who's married to a fine, generous man. And here's Harriet, who's trying to ruin her happiness. Well, Harriet can't get away with it. We'll stop her.
Yes, and she can't get away with what she's tried to do with little Teddy's life. Making him afraid and teaching him to feel guilty.
No, she sure can't.
But, Stella, things don't always work out in this life as we hope they will. You must take that into consideration.
Of course, Phil. We human beings aren't always good judges of what's best. But there is a perfect judge, and we're all in his hands.
You certainly follow the teachings of the church, Stella. Always.
Well, I try my best to. Anyway, I most certainly do have faith that God is helping us show Neil that Harriet is disrupting his home. And, Phil, there's this. Neil hasn't come home since talking to us at the rooming house.
Does that mean anything especially to you?
Yes, it does. It means he could be thinking over some of the things I've said about Harriet and Teddy. It means that he might be seeing things already that I was hoping he would see. Maybe about his wife, too.
Well, Neil has been so incredible to Christine, I'm afraid
Wait, Phil, now, hold on. Let's wait and see how things work out, and in the meantime, don't judge Neil.
I'll try not to, Stella, dear.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yes, front door.
Yes.
Oh, Neil, I'm so glad you're home.
Hello, Harriet.
Listen, Phil, I hope you heard that.
Neil just came in and Harriet has met him at the door.
What did I tell you? She's been waiting for him to come home.
Is Christine upstairs, Harriet?
Yes, Neil, she is, but may I see you for a few minutes before you go up?
Well, they're walking down the hall, Phil.
Yes, I wonder if this will give us our chance, Stella.
I'm going to pray that it will.
Neil,
I said, may I please talk to you for a moment?
Well, Harriet, what... Why, yes, certainly.
Neil, I don't know how to tell you this. Really, I hate it so much.
What do you hate?
Neil, I never should have come to your home. You and Christine would have been much better off if you'd left Teddy and me to look after ourselves.
Now, please don't start talking like that, Harriet, dear. You know you're welcome here.
But Neil, I'm not. Perhaps Teddy is, but I'm not. I never have been.
Oh, Harriet, please don't cry.
Neil, Christine is upstairs in her room with the door locked, and Teddy is with her.
He is?
Yes, he is. Oh, forgive me for saying this, Neil, but Christine has never understood how much I love Teddy. When I love him as I would a son of my own.
Of course you do, Harriet.
And tonight, Teddy left this house and went across town to Stella Dallas's.
Yes, he did, Harriet, but why did he do that?
Yes, why did my baby do that? Why did my little son leave his mother so secretly and go to Stella's? Well, Neil, I'm afraid if you want the answer to that, you'll have to ask Christine. Or Stella herself.
But neither of them was responsible.
Well, I never like to say anything against anyone. And maybe Stella didn't even confide in Christine.
Yes, Harriet? What?
Oh, it's better to ignore personal malice and personal dislike. But surely it's no secret to you that Stella dislikes me, that she's made that perfectly plain. Now, I'm sure.
Harriet, Stella is a very dear friend of mine. I owe a great deal to her. And, if we don't always agree on every point, we have a lot of respect for each other. And I know of no one in this world whom I trust as I do Stella.
But, Neil, does she have the right to steal the affections of my little boy?
No, she doesn't, Harriet.
Well, I don't want to be hard on Stella. I don't want to be unfair to her. But she's turned Christine into my enemy, too. Won't you admit that, Neil?
Well,
Neil, you must admit that. Now, please believe me, if only Stella Dallas would stay away from this house, everything would be perfect.
I've got no doubt it would be perfect for you, Harriet.
Oh, it's Stella.
I thought you were in the living room.
Yes, I guess you did, or you wouldn't have been talking to Neil like that.
Well, now, Stella, let's not have an argument.
I don't want any argument, Neil, but Phil and me would like you to come in the study.
Yes, Neil, you and Mrs. Rayburn, come on in, please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Baxter, but I haven't time. I've got to go upstairs and see why my wife won't let Harriet see Teddy.
Phil and me can tell you why she won't.
Now, be careful, Stella. Don't tell Neil any falsehoods about me, because he won't believe them.
I'm not going to tell him a thing that's not true, Harriet. In fact, I'm not going to say anything.
You see, Mrs. Rayburn, Neil, Stella and I didn't intend to say anything directly.
That's right. It's not us who'll accuse Harriet.
Well, what are you talking about? Neil, do you understand any of this mystery?
I certainly don't.
Well, come in the study, please, and you will.
Yes, Neil. And Harriet, I advise you to come with us, too.
Well, why? Will you please explain this riddle?
This riddle will explain itself.
Harriet and Neil, I'll tell you this much. Teddy has something to say to you.
Teddy?
Teddy has?
Yes, Neil. That's going to be a big surprise to you. So you and Harriet come on in the study and sit down. We want you to hear what Teddy's got to say.
This is the fateful moment. This is the moment that will decide Teddy's future, Christine's future. And there's a totally unexpected surprise just ahead for Stella Dallas. If your husband is troubled with annoying dandruff, has tried numerous preparations without success, tell him about the amazing new scientific preparation called Double Danderine. It has brought welcome relief to so many thousands of men and women that it can be sold with this money-back guarantee. Unless Double Danderine does all we say it will, you get your money back. Double Danderine removes loosened dandruff in one application as you brush it in, relieves that itching sensation and other dandruff symptoms. What's more, it instantly attacks the germs that often accompany dandruff and kills them on contact. That's because Double Danderine contains an active antiseptic used by many hospitals. Double Danderine is the only preparation for the hair containing this fast-working active antiseptic. Being a liquid, Double Danderine is easy to apply. It is not greasy, and its clean fragrance is pleasing to both men and women. Remember, if Double Danderine doesn't do exactly what we say it will, you need only return the empty bottle and your money will be returned without question. Get a bottle of Double Danderine at your druggist today. This chapter in the later life of Stella Dallas is written by Anne Hummert and is based on the famous character created by Olive Higgins Prouty in her great novel. Stella Dallas will be on the air at the same time tomorrow, that is Monday, at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Wartime. This is Frank Gallup speaking.
If you're pale, fatigued, listless, your doctor may say it's a borderline anemia resulting from a ferronutritional blood deficiency. So get ironized yeast tablets to help build up your red blood cells for more energy, a better complexion. Remember IY tablets.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The correct Eastern War Time is 4:30. Your station, WEAF, New York.
And up next here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we'll move from Stella Dallas to Lorenzo Jones. And that will be next here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now we move on. We are listening to a Classic Radio Theater special. This is our third of 4 special podcasts covering 8 hours of radio time on Friday, August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today, as the end of World War II was in sight. NBC recorded all of these shows that normally aren't recorded and preserved, but these shows were recorded and preserved. So up next, we're going to hear 4:30 Eastern War Time, the story of Lorenzo Jones.
And now, smile a while with Lorenzo Jones and his wife, Belle. We all know couples like lovable, impractical Lorenzo Jones and his devoted wife, Belle. Lorenzo's inventions have made him a character to the town, but not to Belle, who loves him. Their struggle for security is anybody's story, but somehow with Lorenzo, it has more smiles than tears. Whenever you first feel an ordinary headache, neuritic, or neuralgic pain coming on, that's the time to take quick-acting Bayer aspirin to relieve the pain before it gets a good start. And since Bayer aspirin is rated among the quickest methods for the relief of such pain yet discovered, you know in advance you'll get the very fast relief you are counting on. 24 tablets for 25 cents, virtually 1 cent a tablet, so there's no point in anyone accepting an unknown preparation in place of real Bayer aspirin. And now, Lorenzo Jones and his wife, Belle. Well, a calamity has befallen the Joneses. While Lorenzo is in New York tracing the family of Alice Smith, amnesia victim, undoubtedly heir to a great fortune, developments have taken place at home. Alice, obviously a crook, and her confederate Andrew have robbed the wealthy Mrs. Peabody and have taken it on the lam. Now, Lorenzo is being held for questioning in New York, and at home, Sheriff Carpenter has just called Belle and asked her not to leave the house. He wants to talk to her. In the Jones living room, we find Belle and Millie and Joe Peterson.
Repeat it, Belle. The sheriff said what?
That I'm not to leave the house. He wants to talk to me. It was the way he said it, so brusque and formal. I don't understand it.
Well, you know the sheriff. The minute he puts on that badge, his head gets too large for his hat. Now, if you know what I mean.
Oh, sure. And he's worried. Once in a million years, he gets a case like this. A couple of real crooks come to town and pull a real job. And it's up to him to make an arrest and get the money back, etc.
Well, it's Lorenzo I'm really worried about. He's being held for questioning in New York and... Oh, maybe that's it. He may have news of Lorenzo.
Well, I'm still thunderstruck by the whole business. I admit it.
How so?
How so? Did you expect Alice and Andrew to turn out to be crooks and rob Mrs. Peabody and skip out of town with $3,000?
Well, no.
Well, none of us did. We were all taken in by Alice and her amnesia story. And as for Lorenzo, he said that she was an heiress and the victim of crooks. That's why he went to New York to investigate.
Yeah, the maestro was off the beam this time.
Well, I'm not concerned with that. I just want to be sure that the police in New York don't think that Lorenzo's implicated.
Well, in a way, it's your fault that he got in their clutches, if you don't mind my saying so, Bill.
Why, what do you mean, Joe?
Well, you kept advising him to take Alice's picture to the police if he wanted to find a family, and when he did, kaplunk, in a caboose. They took one gander at that photo and practically yelled hallelujah. They've been after Alice for years, they said.
Well, we should have suspected when she first came here and said she was suffering from amnesia. Imagine, Alice a crook and Andrew her confederate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for Mrs. Peabody. What did the sheriff say they did? Bound her and gagged her and robbed the safe right before her eyes?
That's right.
Oh, my.
You know, I feel responsible.
But why?
I introduced her to Alice. I took Alice there to visit her. I was sorry for the girl and wanted to have some diversion, and I made a special point of it.
Oh, nonsense. You were just taken in like the rest of us, Bill.
Well, as I said, my main worry is Lorenzo. I can't bear the idea that he's being held by the police, and goodness knows what they're doing to him. Oh, that's the sheriff. At least I hope so. Don't go away. He may want to talk to you, too. Oh, hello, Sheriff Carpenter. Come on in.
Hello, Mrs. Jones.
Come on in. You know my neighbor, Mrs. McLean?
Yes, indeed. How are you?
All right.
And this is Joe Peterson.
Oh, we've met. Not professionally, of course.
I wouldn't say that. Joe's done many a job for me on my car at the garage.
Oh, that's right.
Now, Mrs. Jones, if you don't mind, I'll sit down. I have quite a lot to say to you.
Of course.
Yeah, amazing. That's the only word for it.
What?
This robbery. In the 26 years I've been sheriff in this town, I've never seen anything like it.
I said so myself a minute ago. Didn't I, Millie?
If I may continue without being interrupted.
Oh, sure.
However, all's well that ends in an arrest, I always say.
You have arrested them?
Not yet, but we will, or I'll eat this badge of mine. I'll swap it for one called Chicken Inspector.
Oh, have you any idea where they are, Sheriff?
No, but we're watching the roads and the trains.
It's too bad the maestro isn't here to give you a hand.
Who?
Lorenzo. When it comes to sleuthing, he's got a sixth sense.
Lorenzo. We'll talk about him later.
But I don't follow you.
Well, to begin at the beginning. Alice and Andrew, Sam and Irene, their right names are, have been at this game for about 10 years. The police all over the country are looking for them.
No.
They've pulled about 100 jobs like this, and they've always gotten away with the money or jewels or whatever they took. Now they've disappeared again.
Did they always try the amnesia gag?
Usually, yes. Alice, or whatever she chose to call herself, would arrive in some town, pick out the likeliest people to fall for her story, then tell them that she was alone in the world and penniless and had lost her memory.
I see.
Evidently, she took one look at Lorenzo, and he and you were elected, Mrs. Jones.
I'm afraid you're right.
Yes, as we put the story together, she was here in town for several days before she heard of Lorenzo. Then, of course, he made things easier for her.
In what way?
He not only believed she had amnesia, she'd counted on that, but he defended her right and left. He wouldn't let anybody else be suspicious.
Well, that's true, too.
He even added to and amplified her story. Insisted that she was an heiress or a movie star, or so I'm told, till everybody was dying to meet her. She must have been tickled to death with Lorenzo.
Oh, I'll die in a minute.
Anyhow, he got her established, made a regular heroine out of her. After that, it was smooth sailing. Andrew arrived. She claimed to meet him for the first time and to fall in love with him. And Lorenzo stepped in again.
He did what?
Alice was about to inherit $1 million, but she was also faced with a broken heart. How could she marry Andrew if she didn't know who she was, whether she already had a husband?
Yes, he was certainly all wrought up about that. Had all of us weeping for her.
Yes. Well, while you were weeping, she was laughing her head off. And I don't blame her. She and Andrew have been married for years. Yes, ever since they began to work together.
Oh, it's incredible.
But that wasn't enough for Lorenzo. he had to play into their hands again.
I don't understand it.
They were planning their job to rob Mrs. Peabody. And what could be better than to have Lorenzo out of the way?
You mean his trip to New York was another bonanza?
Exactly. Oh, they weren't afraid of him. But a man like that, who could behave that fantastically, could also turn up at the wrong time, from their point of view.
Yes, I wouldn't like to count on him.
And he'd already done what they wanted. They were accepted in town. They could take their time, not have to worry. The day Lorenzo boarded that train, they must have had another good laugh.
Oh, if only I hadn't listened to him.
But didn't they know that he was investigating and might show Alice's picture to the police?
Did they? I thought he said he was going fishing.
Yeah, that's right. In case he didn't find Alice's family, he wanted to save her the disappointment.
It's just as well. If they'd found out what he was up to, they might have been rough with him.
Well, why did they choose this little town?
They'd heard about Mrs. Peabody and that she was wealthy. You know, she used to keep about $15,000 in her safe.
What?
Well, I suppose the rumor got to them.
$15,000?
Until 2 years ago. Then she put most of it in war bonds. Yeah, they got a shock, I bet, when they only found $3,000.
Well, it just goes to show. Hoarding doesn't pay. I've always said so.
Oh, she's learned her lesson, all right.
But what about Lorenzo? I'm so worried, Sheriff. You know, I suppose, that he's being held in New York?
I do.
But can't you do something about it? As you say, he's been gullible, but obviously he's innocent.
Well, you can't put a man behind bars for being a fool, can you? Oh, excuse me, Bill.
You can and you can't. You and I know what Lorenzo's like. We've seen him wound up before. But the New York cops haven't had the pleasure. And will they believe him?
But...
Put yourself in their shoes, Mrs. Jones.
Oh.
He claims that he fell for Alice's story. But he isn't that dumb. Or so they'll say. As for his trip to New York, sleuthing and calling himself L. Sherlock Jones and insisting that Alice is an heiress.
Yes, I see what you mean.
Yeah, well, if that doesn't sound phony, well, what would?
But can't you talk to them, Sheriff? Can't you get in touch with them and tell them that you know Lorenzo and he often, he behaves this way?
I could, but I'd rather wait. I have my own job and reputation to think of.
Come again?
The story I've just told you is only supposition based on gossip and circumstantial evidence and what I know about Alice's history and have picked up here and there in town.
But I still don't...
I couldn't swear that Lorenzo didn't somehow know the truth about Alice and Andrew and play along with them.
Oh, no.
Well, if you take out the fact that Lorenzo is a romantic fool, the evidence points that way. The cops in New York would have every right to be skeptical.
But when will you be able to prove it? I mean, Lorenzo may be in jail for all we know.
It's true, and I'm sorry about it. But until Alice and Andrew are arrested and tell their story, exonerating Lorenzo, you'll have to stay there.
Well...
Yeah. Which brings me to another unpleasant topic. Your part in this, Mrs. Jones.
My part?
If Lorenzo has acted like an accomplice, so have you.
Not Belle.
Yes, Mrs. Jones. You also befriended Alice and had her living here. As a matter of fact, it was you, not Lorenzo, who introduced her to Mrs. Peabody.
Oh, but I can explain that. Alice asked me to.
Have you a witness?
A witness? No.
And again, I believe you. Now, that goes without saying. But the proof? We have none. Until we get Alice and Andrew.
Holy smoke.
Yeah. Well, I've wasted enough time talking. I promised the chief I'd be back in half an hour and bring you with me.
But bring me?
For questioning.
Then I'm being held just like Lorenzo?
That's right, Mrs. Jones.
So what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. Now Belle is being held for questioning. How soon will the sheriff arrest the two crooks? And will they exonerate the Joneses? See your doctor if you're subject to frequent headaches. He may find the cause and correct it.
But next time you have an ordinary headache and seek really quick relief, try taking 2 quick-acting Bayer aspirin tablets with a full glass of water. Do this, and we believe you'll agree that it works effectively and, above all, quickly. For real Bayer aspirin tablets disintegrate in the stomach so quickly, they're ready to start working almost instantly. See for yourself why Bayer aspirin tablets work so fast by dropping one in a glass of water. Watch it start to disintegrate almost instantly, and that's exactly what it does in your stomach. So when you're especially anxious to find fast relief from headache, neuritic, or neuralgic pain, try Bayer aspirin. When buying, always ask your druggist for Bayer aspirin by its full name, not by the name aspirin alone. Only 25 cents for 24 tablets, or virtually 1 cent a tablet. Listen in Monday at this time for the next episode of the story of Lorenzo Jones. We wish to thank Miss Bess Johnson for playing the role of Belle in the absence of Lucille Wall, who is unable to appear and will return shortly. Your announcer, George Putnam.
Ladies, don't let your skin go. Don't let carelessness rob your skin of its natural beauty. Use Phillips Milk and Magnesia face creams at once, and use them regularly. See how they soften and smooth the skin, and at the same time, help neutralize any excess acid accumulations in the external pore openings. Get Phillips Milk and Magnesia Skin Cream and Phillips Milk and Magnesia Cleansing Cream today.
We understand this because I know radio. But master control has got to be chaotic at this time with all of these late news break-ins and all of this stuff. And everybody knows this is what they've been waiting for, the end of the war, the end of World War II, victory in Japan. It just hasn't been official yet. And it will still be another 3 days before it will become official. You just heard Lorenzo Jones, 4:30 Eastern Wartime. Up next, Young Widder Brown. We wrap up this 2-hour podcast of the shows of August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today, with an episode of Young Widder Brown. This aired at 4:45 Eastern Wartime.
Again, we present the moving human drama of a woman's heart and a mother's love, Young Widder Brown. In the little town of Simpsonville, attractive Ellen Brown, with 2 children to support, faces the question of what she owes to them and what she owes to herself. Here's the story of life and love as we all know it. Next time you buy a dentifrice, remember this. Phillips Milk of Magnesia toothpaste is the only toothpaste made from genuine Phillips Milk of Magnesia. As you brush your teeth, this antacid content helps to neutralize harmful bacterial mouth acids on contact. And it's these acids that frequently lead to tooth decay. So try this unique dentifrice. Convince yourself that Phillips not only cleans your teeth thoroughly, but also helps combat those unpleasant and harmful acids. You'll be delighted with the way Phillips' brisk, taste-clean flavor leaves your whole mouth cleanly refreshed. At your drugstore today, ask for your tube of delightful-tasting Phillips Milk of Magnesia toothpaste in the big economical 50-cent size. And now, Young Widder Brown. Anthony Loring has just taken a train to New York City. As far as Evan Brown is concerned, he has gone there under Army orders. But Olivia McAvoy, superintendent of nurses at Health Center Hospital, knows the truth. Knows that Anthony has taken leave in order to look into the matter of Evan's blindness, to consult all the specialists he knows in the city. And in the meantime, at his suggestion, Eunice Thatcher Bolton is to stay with Evan. Now at Evan's home, her friend, Noreen Temple, comes in.
Well, your young man's on the train, Ellen. I waved my little handkerchief at him myself.
That was nice, Noreen.
He made it very apparent that I was no adequate substitute for you, but then who could be?
You're sweet, Noreen. Have you time to sit a minute?
All the time in the world.
I don't want you to stay long.
That's nice. Why?
Eunice is coming.
Oh, yes, that.
And I think it would be better if we were alone. I mean, it would be easier for her.
And the whole world, naturally, is dedicated to making things easier for Eunice.
Don't be catty, Noreen.
I have to be catty. Have to make up for your saintliness.
Saintliness? That isn't a compliment, and you didn't mean it as one, did you, Noreen?
What do you mean?
This is one of the times when, if I could see, I'd know a lot more. What did you mean, Noreen, about my saintliness? You didn't mean it kindly, did you? Am I being too saintly? Too brave, Noreen?
Oh, darling, don't. I didn't mean anything, truly.
I loathe people who are consciously brave. Am I being like that, Noreen?
Ellen, dear, what right have I to judge you in any way? Oh, darling.
Well, you never hesitate to say when I've got on the wrong hat. I hoped that you'd be like that about, well, my character, I guess.
Your character, Ellen, is so perfect.
Oh, stop. I can't bear it. I really can't. People praise me. You, Anthony, Eunice's father. Somehow it falls flat. There's something the matter, but I can't quite figure out what it is.
Ellen.
All I know is that blindness is something that changes you completely.
Darling, don't you change.
Well, you can't help changing, Noreen. It changes you. It's something bigger and stronger than any determination you may have not to change.
I shouldn't have started you on this.
I can't go on long about it because Eunice will be here. I think Eunice is going to do wonders for me, Noreen.
Do you? I don't. I think her coming into this house is the worst imposition I ever heard of.
Noreen!
I think it's rank, hideous selfishness on Anthony's part. You've enough to do without having to look after a brat like her.
You're really angry.
Really angry. I'm furious. When I said goodbye to Anthony tonight, I wanted to box his ears.
Oh, Noreen.
And then the army. To send him away just when you needed him most.
Noreen, if that isn't the most childish thing I've ever heard you say.
All right, I'm childish.
If the army took any of us women into consideration, what would happen to the war?
I'm not even pretending to be reasonable about it, Ellen.
Oh, well, that's all right then. But don't be mad at Anthony.
Well.
And Eunice. Why, if I can help her, I'll be so glad. Noreen, when something like this happens to you, this blindness, your ego goes way down. You say to yourself, all my life I'll have to be helped. People will have to do things for me. I'm lucky. I'm getting a chance to do something for someone else. Someone worse off than I am.
Eunice Thatcher's worse off than you?
Yes. She's a miserable little girl with a life that's so confused and tangled she can't sleep. She has no security about herself. And I have that. I have confidence. I have so much, Noreen.
If you don't stop, I'll call you saintly again.
Well, I'll stop.
Ellen, I hate to ask you this, but is there anything you can do about your eyes?
There doesn't seem to be. It's rather a freak situation.
Oh. Well, is Anthony doing anything, Ellen?
There's nothing to do, Noreen. Don't you see?
It's just that I don't see how you can accept it so calmly.
Oh, you have to accept it if there's nothing else to do. Blindness isn't something you can return, like a dress that doesn't fit.
Oh, I know. I'm talking and not sparing you a bit. I'm mad at the world and Anthony and everyone else for you. And sounding off like this only makes you unhappy.
It doesn't. I'll be all right, Noreen. And talking about it as you do is good. It helps me more than people being tactful and careful.
Does it, Ellen?
Of course. Noreen, I don't want walls to spring up between me and everyone else.
You don't want them to spring up, Ellen. What about the one you're building yourself?
What do you mean?
Not between me and you or Miss Mack or Mariah Hawkins. Oh, darling, you're wonderful with us. But with Anthony.
Anthony.
You see? You change even your voice when you say his name. Ellen, don't do it. Oh, darling, don't do it. Both of you, Anthony, too, are letting this thing separate you, aren't you? Face it, Ellen, aren't you?
Letting it... Noreen, what can we do?
You can stop building walls.
And Anthony?
Right.
That'll be Eunice and her father, Noreen.
I'll let them in.
Before you do, Noreen, all this is something that's happening to Anthony and me from the outside. Noreen, neither of us is doing anything deliberate, believe me. Let them in, Noreen.
I won't stay, Ellen. Hello.
Good evening. It's Mrs. Temple, isn't it?
Hello, Mr. Thatcher. How are you? Hello, Eunice. Hello.
I've got this young woman's bag, Ellen. Where shall I put it?
Right in the hall there at the foot of the stairs.
Well, I'll take it out.
Oh, leave it there, Father. I was just going. Ellen, dear, I'll see you.
Don't run, Noreen. Wait. Eunice, come along in the living room.
Father, you could go with Mrs. Temple, couldn't you?
I hadn't planned to go right away, Eunice.
Please.
Ellen, my daughter wants me to go, and so to avoid embarrassment, I'll pretend I have to leave.
All right, Mr. Thatcher. You'll be in Simpsonville for a while, though, won't you?
Oh, of course.
Oh, we'll see you then. Noreen, are you still here?
I'm waiting for Mr. Thatcher. He's coming.
Well, come back soon, Noreen.
Don't worry, I will. Goodbye.
Eunice, take care of Ellen now.
All right.
Good night. Be a good girl. Good night, Ellen.
Good night. We'll take care of each other, I guess. Bye, Noreen.
Bye. Bye, Eunice.
Goodbye.
They've gone.
Yes.
Sit down, Eunice. You are standing, aren't you?
Yes.
Right in the same place. When you came in, you stood there and you haven't moved.
How do you know?
I'm training myself to use my ears.
Oh.
But come and sit down and unbend a little, Eunice. It isn't forever, you know.
What isn't?
You're being here.
I don't mind being here. It was going home I couldn't take.
Why?
Lots of things.
I've given you the guest room, Eunice. I think you'll be comfortable.
Thank you.
Anthony says you're really well. Isn't that fine?
Mm-hmm.
He's rather leaving us in each other's care while he's away, Eunice. I'm to look after you. You're to look after me.
I know. He told me.
Oh, did he? He didn't tell me, you know. I don't think he wanted me to realize he was really trying to look after me through you.
He said we'd help each other. Each of us would learn something from the other.
In what way, Eunice? What did he say?
A lot of things. I'm to learn independence from you. He doesn't think I'm much of a character.
Oh, I don't believe that, Eunice. And what am I to learn from you?
Being dependent.
Oh.
I guess you're too strong or something, Ellen. Are you?
Too strong. Perhaps.
It's not such a good way to be. They like them pretty dependent, I guess. But not too much so, like me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when he comes back, let's see what we've done to each other, hmm?
Yes, let's do.
Do you want me to go upstairs now and put my things away?
If you like.
I didn't say thank you for taking me in. I guess I don't have any manners.
What, Eunice? I didn't hear what you said.
I said I didn't thank you for taking me in.
I'm glad to have you here, Eunice. Really glad. The guest room is up at the head of the stairs. Door's open. The lamps are lit.
Ellen listens as Eunice's footsteps die up the stairs, listens and thinks. What thread is this that has shown up in her pattern? How will it change the fabric of her life? Be with us for Monday's chapter of Young Witter Brown. The road to romance often starts with a smile and often ends with one. So the smart thing to do is to find a dentifrice that will reveal the natural beauty of your teeth and so brighten your smile. Just ask your dentist, and ask him especially what he thinks about a polishing paste like Phillips Milk of Magnesia toothpaste. It is a particular type of toothpaste, a high polish type,
developed to clean and so beautify teeth that are off-color due to improper cleansing, to polish the enamel to its full luster. You'll be surprised at what it does, and you'll like its delightfully different flavor. Try it, Phillips Milk of Magnesia toothpaste. And be sure to get the big economical 50-cent size when you buy. If your dealer is temporarily out of Phillips Milk of Magnesia toothpaste, then be sure to get Phillips Milk of Magnesia tooth powder. Phillips Milk of Magnesia tooth powder contains the same famous antacid and polishing ingredients as the toothpaste. 25 cents and 50 cents at all druggists. Young Woodard Brown will be on the air at the same time Monday, 4:45 p.m. Eastern Wartime. George Hansbrough speaking for the makers of Phillips Milk of Magnesia toothpaste and tooth powder, and inviting you to listen tonight to Waltz Time over most of these stations at 9 p.m. Eastern Wartime, starring Frank Munn, the golden voice of radio, Evelyn McGregor, and Abe Lyman's orchestra.
Ladies, when you see dandruff in your husband's collar, get double danderine. Double danderine contains an active antiseptic used by many hospitals that kills on contact germs often associated with dandruff. Keeps hair well groomed, too. Get double danderine today. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The correct Eastern Wartime is 5 o'clock. Your station, WEAF, New York.
We have one more 2-hour block that we have, and that will come in our next podcast. You just heard Young Woodard Brown that aired from 4:45 to 5 Eastern Wartime on Friday, August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago today. We'll hear the final 2 hours of the program, which will include programs such as When a Girl Marries, Portia Facia's Life, Just Plain Bill, Front Page Farrell, Serenade to America, the Bill Stern Sports Newsreel, and Lowell Thomas. That will all be coming up on our fourth and final podcast, looking at daytime shows from August 10th, 1945, 80 years ago. Thank you so much for being with us here on the podcast. You can visit us at classicradio.stream and support the podcast there. We'll talk to you later.